Okay, y'all. So last section in this packet, this is section 8.6. This is actually the skills practice page. I really don't know why I picked that page. Actually, that's y'all's homework page. That's okay. This will just be a freebie. I should have done the study guide, I guess. But anyway. Okay, so it says determine whether each trinomial is a perfect square trinomial. Right, yes or no. If so, factor it. So basically, this sounds like it's something different or whatever, but it's really not. Like, you learned how to factor that before we left for spring break. Remember your sign rules. If the second sign's minus, your signs are the same as the first, so it's going to be minus, minus. Put an M here and an M here. And you want factors of 9 that multiply to be 9, add to be 6, which of course are 3 and 3. So that's like nothing new. You already knew that. But if it says determine whether it's a perfect square trinomial, that one is. So that would be a yes, because if you have the same thing twice, like m minus 3, m minus 3, then it's a perfect square, because that's technically m minus 3 squared, you know, like that. And it doesn't matter to me if you write it like that or if you just leave it m minus 3 times n minus 3. It doesn't really matter to me. But basically they're asking you, you know, the whole yes or no thing. So if you factor into something that's not, you know, you would say no. So like, let me just pick one, like maybe for example, number 4. Number 4, you have 2w squared minus 4w plus 9. So that one, I'm pretty sure by looking at it, is not going to be a perfect square trinomial. And the way I know that it's not, if something is a perfect square trinomial, you should be able to take the square root of the first and the square root of the last. Not necessarily the middle, but the first part and the third part, they have to be perfect squares. And 2 is not a perfect square. So that's not going to be a perfect square trinomial. I can tell by looking at that without even working it, that's going to be a no. You could try to factor it using bottoms up. I'm not saying it won't factor. I just don't think it'll be the same thing. Let's just try bottoms up and see what happens. So if you do 2 times 9, and again, this is the method that we learned in section 8.4. 2 times 9 is 18. Let's think. What are our factors of 18? Let's see. 3 times, well, yeah, 3 and 6. Well, no, see, that's not going to work, though, because 3 and 6 don't give you 4 in the middle. What else have we got? 2 times 9, 3 times 6, 1 times 18. Yeah, so see, that's not even working. Like, that's not even factoring at all. So, you know, that's definitely a no. Just because it's not a perfect square trinomial does not mean that it won't factor. Sometimes it will. It just won't be the same thing in both the parentheses. But anyway, so hopefully that helps.